welcome to House of Commerce. Hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, we are going to learn about causes of inflation. What are the main causes of inflation? First is demand pull inflation. Second is cost push inflation. Then increased money supply. Then devaluation of currency and rising wages. Now we are going to discuss about all these in details. So stay tuned and watch the whole video. Okay, so on number one, we have demand pull inflation. What is demand pull inflation? Demand pull inflation means when the production is declined as compared to the demand of the product in the country. So if the demand increases but the production is not there to meet the demand of the country fellows, so what happens? Then the supplier increases the prices to earn the maximum profit. So that is the thing which brings the inflation and which causes the inflation. Then cost push inflation. Now, what is meant by cost push inflation? This means that when the material, labor and other things prices are high, then it obviously let the raw material to be turned into the finished goods costly. So this causes the inflation as well. Then increased money supply. Increased money supply means that you have too many dollars to purchase too few goods. So when the supply of the money increases in an economy, then its value is lost and the prices are meant to be high to meet the demands. Then devaluation. If the currency of any of the country is devalued as compared to the foreign currencies and the exchange rate is lower than the other countries, so what happens that your export prices are declined as compared to the other currencies. So the exporters have to sell more to meet the export demand, and the foreigners have much power to purchase your product at a lower prices. So this is meant to sell many of the products in the export rather than the local sales. So locally the product supply is reduced in the country, and this is why it causes the inflation. Then rising wages. Now rising wages can also be the part of the cost push inflation, as if there is an increase in the wages, then the producer has to increase the price of the product as the wages are included in the cost of the product. So if the cost of the product is increased due to wages, then it causes the inflation as well. Now let us move forward and see that how we can control this inflation. Okay, now measures to control inflation. Monetary policy measures, control of money supply, supply side policies, fiscal policy and wage control. Now in monetary policy, the government increases the interest rate, which lowers the inflation and as well as the economic growth, but for the time being it is important to increase the interest rate so that the government can compromise on the increase in the economic growth, but by this way the inflation can be controlled. Then control of money supply. The economists believe that there is a link between the money supply and the inflation. So if the money supply is controlled within the economy, then the inflation can be controlled as well. Then supply side policies. The government has to enhance the effectiveness and competitiveness of the economic growth so that the balance of payment and the other things involved in the economic growth, so that the inflation can be controlled by that. Then fiscal policy. Under fiscal policy, the government has to increase the taxes. By increasing the taxes, it can reduce the demand, it can reduce the imports and the other things by which the inflation can be controlled, and the government has maximum of the taxes through income tax and the sales tax, so that The government has the control on the inflation. Then, wage control. The government has to lower down the wages of the workers so that the cost of the products can be paused at the moment and the inflation can be controlled in that way. Hope so you have understood all the concepts related to inflation and the measures to control inflation. I shall see you into the next video. Till then, good luck.